Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving into one of the bleakest, most brilliant, and frankly, most terrifyingly relevant novels ever written, George Orwell's 1984. It's one of the most powerful warnings ever put to paper, and we're going to break down exactly why in the next 5 minutes.
You know, you can pretty much boil down the entire world of 1984 into this one single, chilling phrase. And this isn't just some catchy slogan, no. For the people living under the party's rule, this is absolute reality. It's a promise. You are always being watched.
Okay, so to really wrap our heads around this story, we first have to understand the world Orwell built. Let's take a look at the oppressive superstate of Oceania and the absolute power that controls everything, the party.
So just try to imagine this. You live in a place where the government doesn't just control what you do, but what you even know. I mean, Orwell was writing this after seeing totalitarian states like Nazi Germany and Stalinist Russia rise to power, and he basically channeled their methods right into his story. In Oceania, the past is totally fluid. If the party says something happened, it happened. If they say it didn't, poof, it's erased from every record. We're talking about a system of total psychological and physical control.
And believe me, it gets even more sinister. In Oceania, you can be arrested and punished not for something you did, not for something you said, but for what you think. Just having a disloyal thought is a thought crime, and the ever-present thought police, their whole job is to root it out. Think about that. There is literally no safe place, not even inside your own mind.
And this is where it gets really wild. The party uses language to completely flip reality on its head. You can see it perfectly in its 4 government ministries. Get this, the Ministry of Peace? Its job is to wage constant war. The Ministry of Plenty, well, it oversees starvation. The Ministry of Truth spends all day rewriting history and spreading propaganda. And the Ministry of Love? Oh yeah, that's where they torture you.
All right, so we've seen the structure they use for control, but what are the actual tools the party uses to systematically just tear down the very idea of truth itself?
Well, their number one weapon is something called newspeak. It's a brand new language, and it's designed to do one thing: eliminate words. Specifically, words that have anything to do with freedom, or rebellion, or individuality. The goal is as simple as it is terrifying. If there's no word for a concept, how can you ever think it? They're trying to make rebellion literally unthinkable.
And then you have their main psychological tool, doublethink. Now this one is a bit of a mind-bender. It's the ability to know something is a lie, but to believe it's the truth. To hold 2 completely opposing ideas in your head at the exact same time and accept both of them without question. This right here is the bedrock of mental submission to the party.
You can see this perfectly in the party's official slogan. It's complete nonsense, right? But every single citizen is forced to believe it. It's like this daily mental gymnastics routine that's designed to absolutely destroy logic and critical thought.
Now that we're kind of immersed in this suffocating world, it's time to meet our protagonist, the one man who dares to remember what's real and tries to fight back in the only way he knows how, Winston Smith.
So, Winston actually works at the Ministry of Truth, altering historical records all day. But inside, he hates the party, and his first act of rebellion is to buy a diary. I know, in our world that's nothing, but in Oceania, just writing down your private, uncensored thoughts is a crime that's punishable by death. It's his desperate attempt to just hold on to his own reality.
Winston's rebellion grows when he meets Julia. They begin this secret, totally illegal love affair, and that becomes the ultimate act of defiance. Why? Because the party wants all your loyalty, all your passion directed only towards Big Brother. So love, desire, a real personal connection, those things become political acts because they're based on genuine human emotion, and that's something the party is trying to stamp out completely.
But in a world with telescreens in every room and spies everywhere, their rebellion was always doomed. This chilling line is spoken from a hidden telescreen right at the moment they believe they're safe. Their brief little bit of freedom is over, shattered by their inevitable capture.
Winston is dragged to the one place everyone fears, the Ministry of Love. And here, the party's true goal becomes crystal clear. They don't just want to punish him or kill him. No, they want to cure him. They want to methodically dismantle his personality, his memories, his very soul, until there's nothing left of the man who dared to defy them.
The climax of this whole process comes during his interrogation by a high-ranking party member named O'Brien.
O'Brien holds up 4 fingers and asks this simple question. This is the final test. The party isn't just controlling history, they want to control physical reality itself.
Winston sees 4 fingers. He knows there are 4. But the torture continues, relentlessly, until he not only says there are 5, but in the depths of his broken mind, he truly believes he sees 5. Reality is whatever the party says it is, and with that, his independent mind is gone.
And these are the final words of the novel. After his re-education is complete, Winston is an empty shell. His rebellion is annihilated. He is finally cured. He sits in a cafe, a tear of joy running down his cheek, because he has achieved victory over himself. He now truly, genuinely loves Big Brother.
I mean, it's just a devastating ending. So why does this story, written decades ago, continue to resonate so powerfully today? Why does it feel more like a warning than a piece of fiction?
Well, one of the book's most lasting impacts is on our language itself. The concepts Orwell invented were so precise that they become common terms. We talk about Big Brother when we mean surveillance, and we call manipulative language Orwellian. The novel literally gave us the vocabulary to identify these dangers in our own world. And that brings us to Orwell's core message. The ultimate form of control isn't just through force or laws. It's through controlling the narrative, manipulating language, and attacking the very idea that objective truth even exists. Because if no one can agree on what is real, a powerful entity can just step in and define reality for everyone.
Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought. Orwell wrote 1984 as a warning about a possible future. But in an age of social media echo chambers, alternative facts, and constant digital surveillance, his questions about power, control, and truth are no longer about the future. They are about the here and now.